once upon a time in Kosovo, in a just established newborn state in the Balkans, there was this very poor family. And actually, this family was so poor that they didn't even have a cow. In this small country called Kosovo, these poor musicians gathered and decided that it was a time for this poor family to have a cow. And that's how they organized a jam session to raise funds to buy a cow. This is actually how it all started. It was not easy at all, actually, because Kosovo is quite a weird country in the end. You can find a lot of electric guitars, but no electricity at all. You can also find the fanciest cars, but also no roads at all. And this place is that weird that if one wants to achieve something, strangely, it is possible. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to gather, have some drinks, have some fun jamming our guitars, and raise enough money to buy a cow. But actually, we were aiming for a nice and a milky cow. And yeah, I actually understand that, and you can you also might say that it is hard to gather Albanians around the same idea, but it wasn't hard at all.
And Jazz Festival, isn't Jazz Festival just one big jam session anyway? Jazz is jam anyway.
No, it's all fitting, you know, because if it ends...
If we're after jazz, we're just going to be like a less organized version of jazz.
Definitely. Ti pak, ako me kush me qerë dhe që muj me shku na qerë dhe kësha pas qerë dhe me qerë. Ti muj me marrë njëri qerë. Qerë, ashtë qerë dhe pejton.
Kush me fshini e sa.
Me t'i vish një dirnat, edhe ata, po ajo, në 3 kokra birë, qia për ty.
Se ka shansa i lirin rrumë me thonë jo. Pse ata, kur t'kan Halloween night, i mbledhin do njerëz që shkojnë me ngu I Will Survive-in, e shkojnë me ngu asi kong We don't need no education and we don't need no asi, no kësi. Drink coffee tomorrow morning at 12:30 and where's the guy?
That was the only thing that was left.
I know.
And then by 11 o'clock at night, people were already having second thoughts about that too.
I know.
Drita was calling me like, I'm not sure about a Lyrian room, man. Maybe we gotta go back to the drawing board.
Because people give more money to girls. You definitely need sweet girls explaining the whole thing. We should do some sort of a certificate, like, you know, if they give more than 50 or something, we give them a certificate. We just write their name.
They should get a free print of a lofa.
You might also say that it was, or you might also think that it was hard to gather musicians to play for free, but apparently we were lucky, and none of these musicians we called had a paid gig for that Halloween night. So they came to play for us.
Who's playing? You know, lots of people are gonna be there. It's gonna be like, you know, a lot of fucking and sucking. Everyone's gonna be there, man.
I wouldn't like to say it was they came to play for us, because they didn't really come to play for us. It was more for the poor family.
Na 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 na, oh
Painting that was painted by a very good friend of ours, and it was painted in a semi-drunk state by Ron Chena, was sold for 650 euros only.
E kena bo njetë me shqitësit piktur edhe paret që mbledhen për shqitjes kësoj pikture shkoj në Drenit. Yes. The pirate go to Drenica for the Kulman for the Lopa. Çmimi fillestarës. Hajde bja nisi me 300 euro të buta. A ka shqiptar që i jep 300 euro të buta? 300 euro, ato! A ka këtu na i kim njërë që i jep 320? 500. It's you. 500 euro. I love you. I want you to help my child. Oj, shumë në të se pas ka pore që e lëndë. 650 vjetë ja shëftyrën se s'pët besoj. 650, right? 650. 650. Where are you from? Amsterdam. 650 goes once. 650 for the second time. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to declare Sven from Amsterdam the Asian Delirium for 650 euros.
Actually, that amount of money, 650 euros, is, for Kosovo, is a lot of money. And the very final balance was, we gathered 3,000 euros for the cow. It's actually also strange and cool that one girl ended up at the emergency due to suffocation. You had 30 drunk people in the end, and you had 600 extremely, very, very drunk people. And this group included me as well. Well, the very hardest thing was to wake up the next morning, or that's what you might think, with a terrible hangover, drive to the livestock market, buy a cow and have it delivered.
Hej, kom hier een kuskus. Een kuskus.
Ja, a wat ben je? Jak się zginął, ty się syła?
Bądźmy szefmiester. Ale mnie nie
No, that was actually not the hardest part. This is the part when someone like me has to get past over a very patriotic Albanian whose wall was slightly damaged because the government was building a new road to his village.
Jam njeri demokrat, e du državën time, du poplin tem, jem I takoj ti popli. Kom kontribu luft, edhe kontriboj, edhe apet do të kontriboj. Për brezat e arshëm. Asgjë s'ka punu qeveria për pashme, më bjen turp me kritiku.
Nevertheless, our strong determination and our humanitarian soul prevailed over this challenge, and now the family I mentioned at the beginning of the story is happily milking their cow. But the poor family is actually not that poor anymore, but the musicians remain to live in an extreme poverty.
Should I stay or should I go?